welcome to my channel. My name is Manisha, aka The Dancing Panda. And today I want to talk to you about two books that have impacted me deeply and are on the topics that really mean a lot to me. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. So the first book that I'm going to talk to you about, Sing It Like a Feminist. So this book by Nivedita Menon is a wonderfully engaging account on several layers of feminism. Now, feminism for me is about having choice, having the right to have a choice and not being judged for your choices. And that's what a lot of women struggle with. So this book is a great way to, be educated, and that's how you can educate women around you on the kind of rights that women have. This book talks about the importance of feminism when it comes to women's bodies, the way they look and how they are judged on that, and how women are treated in their families, and how on a greater level all this affects the place of women in a society. And this book not only has motivational quotes or eventually quotes that men and women are equal. We're not. We're created differently, and that's what this book addresses. And this book also is a great way of studying about the kind of rights that women have in our country especially. And it does quote a lot of laws that are in favor of women and how they are there to empower the women of our country, which is beautiful. This book also focuses on the idea of supporting each other as women, and how this kind of support has actually helped a lot of women rise above their problems and become a better version of themselves. So this is something that every girl and every boy should also read, because feminism is not only for women. Men can also be feminists and should be feminists, because being a feminist, you're against patriarchy, and patriarchy hurts men and women both. There are a lot of more qualified and more educated, knowledgeable people who have spoken on this topic, and I'll link below Emma Watson's lecture, which is just beautiful. She spoke about this in UN, and that's how I got into understanding the idea of feminism. So yeah, I'll link that below, and that will kind of create a base for you as to why you should read this book, and how it is important and why it is important to know about all these issues, and how it can be very effective in your daily life, even if you're not talking on a UN platform or making a YouTube video. But even if you are just talking to your female friends, or friends in general, and your siblings in your family gatherings, how important it is to understand this term and be a feminist in today's day and age, how it is good for a society on the whole and not just women. So yeah, the second book that I'm going to talk to you about is A Thousand Splendid Suns by Khalid Hosseini. Now, Khalid Hosseini is also the writer of The Kite Runner, which is a beautiful book, and I'm going to talk to you about in another video. But right now, Thousand Splendid Suns. So this story is basically set in Kabul during the period of 1970s to 1990s, and it's basically a story of bonding between two women. Again, it's a feminist theme, and how in the midst of a war and misery, love can triumph, and how two women can together be so strong that they can practically overthrow the fear that they have lived with for all their life. So the story begins with Mariam, who is married to a man who's almost a decade older than her, and she moves to Kabul, and it talks about all the kinds of problems that she faces and yet lives with it. But after a few years of getting married, she kind of feels an affection towards a local girl, that is Leila. And slowly the bond between Mariam and Leila gets so strong that all those problems that Mariam had lived through silently, when she sees all those problems coming towards Leila, she is not able to resist the urge to save Layla and to protect Layla and to be there for her. And gradually Layla and Mariam sort of empower each other, provide strength to each other, to finally take a stand, and not for one's own self but for each other. And all this is set in a background where Kabul is being taken over by Taliban, and every now and then there are gunfire shot, there are bombings, and within this chaotic milieu, this beautiful story blossoms, and how these two women actually get rid of the person that is trying to suppress them and get out of this chaotic situation is a beautiful journey of two beautiful and strong women who are who stand for themselves and for each other. And I think this book kind of really changed my life and changed my view towards a lot of things in my life. So I hope it does that to you. And I guess my love and passion about the topic of feminism and these two books shows in the way I talk about them. So yeah, that's it from me today, and I hope that you read these books and they are able to bring some positive change in your life. And that's the goal of my channel, to talk about content, be it books, movies or shows that are sort of pushing the envelope and kind of bring a change in someone who consumes that content. That's it from me today, and as always I'll put the links to these two books in my description box, and I'd also put a link to Emma Watson's UN lecture on feminism and why men should also be feminists and all of that. So I hope you guys watch it, and my social links are going to be in the description box below. And if you guys like this video, then please like it, share it with your friends. Please try to convince your friends to read or consume good content, rather. Read good books, watch the movies that can broaden your mindset, because these things, culture and literature, are things that kind of help you build your character and grow as a person. So yeah, share it with your friends, and please subscribe to the channel. Also let me know in the comment section below what all books that you guys are reading. Recommend me, and I will read them and I'll talk about them on my channel. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Until then, keep doing what you love. Bye bye.